Hey guys, what is up? This is Coolio here, and today we are going to be talking about a deck that I used in the last video. Now this is Mega Gallade, and I think that this will be the best way to build Mega Gallade, simply because it's consistent and it's a lot easier to use than the Fortress build, and Dustnorm makes it really clunky. So anyway, yeah, for those of you who don't know, Mega Gallade has like two different builds, which is Fortress and Bats. Well, I mean, those are the two ways to build it, but the bats, in my opinion, are better because, yeah, Fortress does spread the damage better, but the thing is, it's not going to get the job done quickly. You can run a 4/4 line of Fortress, but you're just not going to do as much damage as you want to. The bats, however, do a tremendous job at spreading the damage. I mean, if you're in a 4/4 line, you're going to be spreading damage, like, you're doing a good chunk of it, and it's doing a lot more damage than the Fortress would. So the name of this game is to make sure that Mega Gallade can knock out something pretty quickly, or just two-shot something while doing more damage. So yeah, I mean, yeah, you could run Dustnorm with this, but the problem with that is that it's going to get really clunky really fast. As much as I want to run Dustnorm, I really do want to run Dustnorm, but it's just, it's so inconsistent. You never draw the things you need. So anyway, enough about Dustnorm not being too great. Let's get into the deck. So for those of you who don't know, Mega Gallade has an attack called Unwavering Blade for 2 psychic and a colorless. You're doing 110 damage, and you're doing 30 damage to each Pokemon with damage counters on it. The cool thing about this is that if you have Dimension Valley, you only need 2 psychic energies, but that's a big if. So yeah. I actually, in the last video that I made, I was actually in a match where I didn't want to play Dimension Valley, so if you haven't watched it yet, please check it out. Mega Gallade is very, very, I mean, I wouldn't say he's very, very good, but he's just good. Very underwhelming. I wish they would have made him better. I wish they would have made him a fighting type so he can take advantage of the fighting support. But we can still take advantage of psychic support with him, like Dimension Valley, for example. I just also want to point out that Gallade EX is actually not a bad attacker at all. For 2 energies, a psychic and a colorless, you're already doing 30 damage, which is meh. And then you may have your opponent switch Pokemon. It could disrupt them a little bit, but in early game, Piercing Prizes is actually pretty good. Like if you have all your energies ready to go in Gallade, and you fail to Mega Evolve it, well, Piercing Prizes is actually a pretty good attack. Which it does 50 damage, but it does 20 more for each prize card you haven't picked up yet. So if you haven't picked up any prizes yet, he's already doing 170 damage. The only problem with that is if you do knock out an Eviltal with that, for example, yeah, you do get 2 prizes, but it's going to end up doing 40 less damage. So it'll be, after that time, it'll be doing 130. But like I said, it's definitely a good early game. So just keep in mind, Gallade EX is not a bad attacker at all. He's there. Deoxys, we do run for this guy. Now, the reason why we run for this is because this is a guy that I would like to start with. Because he has an attack that you can use on your first turn even if you go first. And that's Close Encounter. And if you draw Dimension Valley, you don't have to have any energies. But he allows you to draw 2 cards. So, with this, I don't think we really need Shaman. I mean, yeah, Shaman has the ability, but I don't know. I just like having space in my bench for my bats. I think it's another reason why I like to run Deoxys, is because he allows us to draw cards, but at the same time, I can have my room for my bats. Speaking of which, we do run a 4/4 line of the bats. Of course, we want the free flight ability Zubat so we can get the free retreat cost. And Golbat and Crobat, of course. Golbat, whenever you have Blame Down, do 20 damage to one of your Pokemon, or your opponent's Pokemon, and then 30 damage with Crobat. I do want to point out that Golbat can also help Gallade, not just with Sneaky Bite, but with Swoop Across. The attack does 10 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon in general. It's just like Fortress, but it's an attack instead of an ability, which can actually come in handy. Come to think of it, I probably should have done that in my matchup with Primal Groudon. Maybe that would have helped me a lot. But keep in mind, it is there, and it can help out Gallade in more ways than just Sneaky Bite. Crobat also has an attack that can help, but not as much as Golbat, though. And honestly, I prefer Golbat's attack over Crobat in a Gallade build. Skill Dive does 30 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. But, like I said, Golbat can actually help out Gallade. So keep that in mind. That's actually all of our Pokemon. Just Gallade, Mega Gallade, Deoxys, and the Bat line. Not really. It's a really simple Pokemon lineup. The energies, we do run 8 Psychic and 2 Mystery. We only want to run 10 because we don't really discard any energies, so... Yeah, and plus I like the 2 Mystery energies so you can get the free retreat cost. 4 is a little overkill just because, well, I mean, I know there's Enhanced Hammer, but I want more space for more stuff in the deck, so it'll be fine. Plus we have free retreat cost with bats, so yeah, Mystery energy is not extremely needed. Just in the beginning, whenever you have Deoxys. Computer Search is going to be our A-Spec because, like I said, we run VS Seeker, which I'll go ahead and show you. We run 2 VS Seekers. 2 is like the magic number for me. So, yeah. Well, anyway, supporter lineup, 4N, 2 Lysander, 4 Juniper, the usual. We only run 1 Colress because I need more space for more stuff. Lysander's trump card, which will be banned in about 2 weeks from the day I record this. So... I would probably replace this with another Colress or another Mystery Energy, just anything really. Maybe another Mega Turbo, which we'll get to. Because we run bats. As is really good with bats. Starling Megaphone, going to our items now. Very, very good card, especially against the Garbodor. I love Starling Megaphone. People don't like to run it a lot anymore, but I like it. Discards tools, gets rid of things like Muscle Band, Floatstone, can really disrupt your opponent. And it really surprises me that people don't run this anymore, but I still like to run a Starling Megaphone. Ultra Ball, we run 3 of these so you can do more searching. You still need that. 3 Gallade Spirit Links because we do run Mega Gallade and we don't want our turn to end. We do run 2 Mega Turbo because Gallade is a Mega Evolution. Plus, we do need a little bit of energy acceleration in this deck. Because if you don't run any energies, it does take some time to power up Mega Gallade because his attack does cost 3. It does cost 2 with the Dimension Valley, but that's if it's even on the field. You may not draw into it, or you may be up against Primal Groudon, which you don't want to play any stadiums against that. And our last card, we do run 3 Dimension Valley just to make sure that we can get the just to make sure that our attacks can cost less. And plus, if we get that on turn 1 with Deoxys, we can power up a Gallade while drawing cards still. So, that's the deck. That is Mega Gallade with bats. I prefer bats over Fortress, just personal preference. And plus, like I said, Golbat can still do Swoop Across, and plus you have all the bites. So, if you want to do 10 damage to all of your opponent's Pokemon, there's a way to do it. Not with Fortress, with Golbat. I probably should have done that in when I was up against Primal Groudon in the last video, but like I said, you live and learn. Stuff happens. Well, anyway, that's Mega Gallade. I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile, and if you have any suggestions, leave the comment section below, and I will try it out. I'm probably going to get a lot of people tell me to, or a person tell me to do Fortress, which I wouldn't mind doing if you tell me, but it's going to be painful. Please, I mean, I know that I say I'll try out suggestions, but please don't make me do Dusknoir. Dusknoir is just too clunky. It takes up too much space. Yes, it's awesome when it gets set up, but that's if it gets set up. So please spare me. don't make me do Dusknoir. But anyway, yeah, leave me suggestions. I do try to upload a Pokemon TCG 1 video once a day, daily. So yeah, be looking forward to that. And also follow me on Twitter at LaCulioPlays. I keep forgetting about that. Follow me. I do like to tweet once a day, just to talk about my life. Well, anyway, I hope you guys have an awesome day, but most importantly, stay cool.